Hello, viewers, and welcome to yet another Warhammer 40,000 Conquest video production. My name is Mitch, and I am the Hive Tyrant. Today, I'm bringing you yet another Conquest game I played via Octagon against my good friend Chris, aka the Mirkwood Runner. Do note that the decks we used in this match contain only cards from the core set, and the video itself was recorded from my perspective. I'll be playing Colonel Straken of the Astra Militarum, and Chris is running Captain Cato Sicarius of the Space Marines. For the most part, any audio was taken from our Skype conversation during the match, although thanks in part to my decision to experiment with some new recording software, all audio from the final few minutes of the game was somehow lost, and had to be replaced entirely. So I've gone ahead and provided just a little bit of commentary to cover the very end of the video. I've edited out as much dead air as possible if it seems like we're not taking much time to think our actions through, and please remember that both Chris and myself are very new players to the game. In fact, this match in particular was only the second time that I had ever played the Imperial Guard, so while you're watching this video, please think very carefully about what plays you'd have done differently as each player, how your strategy throughout the game would have differed from ours, and of course, what changes you'd have made to your deck composition. Especially considering that this channel is meant in part to help me learn to become the best Conquest player I can possibly be, please leave a comment below with your opinions, suggestions, and advice for what both myself and Chris could or should have done differently during our game. But in any case, I apologize once again for the upcoming audio issues in this video, but I figured that some Conquest content is always better than none. So in any case, I hope you enjoy the match, and thanks for watching. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining us today. I'm going to be playing the Astra Militarum in this video, and Chris, why don't you introduce yourself real quick, let the viewers know what you are playing.
Hey there, this is Chris. I was on a previous video with Mitch on the Hive Tyrant where we played a Orcs versus Eldar game. This time I decided to do everybody's favorite Captain Cato Sicarius with Tau as the ally. So so far I'm 0-2 against Mitch, and I'm hoping to change that today.
Alright, and since you revealed your ally, I'm with Orcs, so let's go ahead and set up the game. This is going to be our first attempt at a little casual game here. Turn order will be decided by the Chaos Gods. I think I am ultimately going to choose to take a mulligan, and it looks like you took one as well.
That is correct.
Okay, so this is only the second time I've ever played Guard. We'll have to see how it goes, but here's seeing. So it looks like I've got the initiative token. Deployment is on me. Taking a look at our planets here, we've got Barlas is first planet, Taurus is second planet, Eluith is third, Farron is fourth, and Karnath is fifth. Taking a look at our icons here, it's looking like this is probably going to be quite the long game. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 resources and do a Straken's command squad at Planet 2, Taurus. Be sure to let me know in the comments what the best way to maybe make these games interesting would be. I'm finding myself at a bit of a loss in how to provide interesting commentary.
I think I am going to spend 4 resources to put out a daring assault squad, also at Planet 2.
Okay. I will go ahead and do 3 resources for Captain Marcus at Planet 3.
I think I'm going to spend one resource to put a Void Pirate at the 4th planet.
Okay. I will go ahead and spend 2, and I think I will play Omega Zero Command, and it's now your deploy action.
Okay. I think I have 2 resources right now, and I think I am going to pass.
Okay, and I will also pass.
All right, great.
So, moving into the command phase, let's go ahead and set our dials.
Okay.
And I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna go to planet 2.
And I'm going to planet 3.
Alrighty. Alright, so nobody wins command struggle at the first planet. At second planet, I'm gonna get 1 card and 1 resource. At the third planet, and my Omega Zero command is going to trigger. Let me go ahead and create a Guardsman token. Okay, third planet, you of course win 2 cards, no resources. And fourth planet, you get 1 card, 2 resources.
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't sound so good to me. Alright, but battle at the very first planet, ultimately... So, battle at the first planet, nobody is actually going to win. I'm going to go ahead and destroy Barlas.
Okay.
And battle at the second planet, I've got initiative here. I'm going to go ahead and attack your Daring Assault Squad for 3.
Alright, I am going to... I don't want to, but I think I have to. I'm going to use a Drop Pod Assault for 2 shields.
Okay.
So that leaves me with 1 wound on my Daring Assault Squad.
Okay, and now you've got an opportunity.
Alright, and I'm going to use Daring Assault Squad's area effect to deal 2 damage to every enemy unit at this planet.
Okay, I will go ahead and do out those damage.
Excellent.
That damage. So my Guardsman is destroyed, Straken's command squad is destroyed, and when it leaves play, I get to create yet another Guardsman token.
Okay.
And then I will attack with, Straken 4-2 against your Daring Assault Squad.
Now I'm in a predicament here. You're doing 2 damage. I will use Ion Rifle to shield one of them.
Okay.
And then I am going to spend 1 to ambush in an Eager Recruit.
Okay.
And I will attack your Guardsman.
Okay. So he is going to be killed. And that is that. So, end of combat. I'm not going to retreat. Do you retreat?
I am not.
Okay. Well, then I will attack your Daring Assault Squad with Straken for 2.
All right. I'm going to use another Drop Pod Assault to block it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack for 3.
Alright. So he's takes 3 points of damage.
And then I'm going to attack for 2.
Okay. So he is going to be bloodied.
Wow. An intense battle already.
That was quick. So he is sent back to my HQ in a very sorry state of affairs. And of course, since you won the battle, unfortunately, you cannot trigger the Taurus planet.
That is true, but I think that blooding your Warlord is reward enough.
Right. So I'm feeling great about that. But anyway, our current planet 2, there's another battle there. You've got Cato, I've got Marcus. You've got initiative.
All right, I am going to attack for 2.
Alright, and he has to take it. And I will attack you with Marcus for 2.
And I have to take it.
Okay.
And I will not. I will not retreat.
Yeah. I am going to retreat.
Okay, that's probably smart.
Yeah. So you do win the battle, though, and you can trigger that effect if you'd like.
All right, so I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of my deck. Ooh, what to choose? All right, I think I'm going to take this card. And I just drag these to the bottom of my deck. And I'm done.
Okay, and note that that's add and not reveal, so I've got no idea what it is. Any more actions before we go ahead and conclude our combat phase?
No, I suppose that all I have to do is return Cato to my HQ.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Alright. Well, seems good. Headquarters phase, any action before we do our thing?
Nope, I am ready to start the next round.
Alright, so headquarters is over. It automatically draws us 4 resources and 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're back to the deploy phase. You've got the initiative token. Our new first planet is Taurus. And our newly revealed planet is Planum, which is the Move a Non-Warlord Unit planet. So what's up first for you?
Well, I think I am just going to put another Void Pirate, and this time I'm going to put it at the 5th planet.
Okay. Alright, let me think for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 resources for a Stalwart Ogren at Planet 3, where you've got your Void Pirate, and your turn.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to spend 2 resources to put a Vashya Trailblazer at the 2nd planet.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to spend 3 resources and do a Cadian Mortar Squad at the 5th planet.
Okay.
And now it's back to you. And I am now out of resources entirely.
Well, that is good to know. I think I am going to spend 3 resources to put out an Honored Librarian at the 5th planet in response to your Mortar Squad.
Wonderful. So, my deploy turn, I will pass.
All right. I'm going to spend 0 resources to promote my Librarian.
Okay.
And I think I too shall pass.
Alright, well then on to the command phase. Let's go ahead and set our servo skulls. And I'm actually... Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay.
How about you? Ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so flip, I'm gonna ultimately go Planet 3. And you've opted to go to Planet 1. So, command struggle, you'll win first planet, 1 card, 1 resource. Okay. Second planet, looks like you also win 2 cards from there.
Okay.
I feel as if I'm losing a foothold I never had in the first place somehow. Shockingly, I do win the command struggle at Planet 3, so I net a couple resources, and I generate another Imperial Guardsman token. So there's that. 4th planet, nobody. 5th planet, looks like your promoted Honored Librarian makes all the difference for you. So you win another card and another resource. So at the moment, I've got 2 resources, 5 cards, and you've got...
Should actually be 2 cards. because of my Void Pirate.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Yep.
So the 3 resources, 8 cards for you. Looking like you're in a bit of a leading position, but who knows? Maybe it'll change somehow. So, that brings us to the combat phase, presuming you don't have any actions.
No, I think I'm ready to go into combat.
Alright, so the first planet, you win that battle by default.
Okay.
Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like I have fewer units, so you do capture the planet, but you don't get to trigger that ability.
Okay.
And F7 should allow you to do that. There you go.
Yep. So these guys are all going to come back to my HQ.
That's where they should be. No battle at the second, well, I guess our new second planet, soon to be new second planet. There is going to be a battle. I've, of course, got initiative. I'll go ahead and attack with my Stalwart Ogren against your Void Pirate.
And I will let him die.
Okay, cool. I did something! Woo! Alright. So he's destroyed. That battle is won, and I get to choose and route a target non-Warlord unit if I'd like. I suppose I will route your Trailblazer.
Okay.
I think I'm actually going to route my Cadian Mortar Squad. So that's going to exhaust and return to my HQ.
Okay.
And that's that.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, pardon a little bit of confusion there in pulling too many of my units to the HQ, but any actions before we end our combat phase?
No, I am ready to go.
Okay, alright, well then let's move on to headquarters phase. Any actions at the start of headquarters?
No actions.
Alright, so let's draw cards and resources. And once again, I've got the initiative token. And I, for a cost of 1 resource, am going to go ahead and play a Rockcrete Bunker as a support. And it's all you.
Okay. I am going to spend 1 resource to put out a Fortress Monastery.
Okay. Your faction-specific resource reducer. I will go ahead and do 4 resources to play an Assault Valkyrie at Karnath, Planet 3. And it's your turn.
Okay.
You've still got 6 resources, 9 cards, to my 1 resource, 5 cards. I don't mean to whine, but it seems like there's a...
It has been a little... it has been a bit one-sided so far. I think I am going... I think I'm going to spend 1 resource to put out an Earthcast Technician. So I will look at the top 6 cards of my deck for either a drone, which I do not have, or an attachment.
Sure, and I forgot to mention our very last planet now has been revealed. It is Yvarn.
Alright, I am going to reveal the Talisarian Tempest Blade as the card that I'm adding to my hand.
Oh, excellent.
And then I'm going to put the rest at the bottom of my deck.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and take my deployment action, and I will pass.
All right. I think I've got some more that I want to do. I think. Let's see here.
I hear Tempest Blades are highly overrated.
Totally. I probably won't even play it. I was not expecting you to play a flying unit, so that's something I got to think about. Well, I think I'm going to exhaust my Fortress Monastery to spend 2 resources to put out a Sicarius' Chosen to the 3rd planet, and I'm going to target Captain Marcus for his ability to pull him over to the 3rd planet and deal 1 damage.
Sure. I'll go ahead and absorb that with my Rockcrete Bunker.
Okay.
But he is relocated.
Yep. All right, and beyond that, I think I will pass.
Alright, so that's going to bring us to the command phase. Let's go ahead and set our dials. Okay, I'm ready if you are.
Me too.
Okay, so I have commit to Planet 1. I actually spaced the existence of my mortar squad here. But, in any case, I guess let's resolve our business. The first planet, I'm going to end up drawing a couple cards. I win the command struggle there. At the second planet, you win by default, so that is 2 resources for you.
Yep.
Third planet, I'm ultimately going to get 1 card, 1 resource. Fourth and fifth, you are going to win for a grand total of 2 cards and 2 resources.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds spectacular.
I can tell the earnestness in your voice.
Oh, of course.
All right, so are we at the beginning of combat?
Yeah, sure. So I suppose no actions during the end of the command phase?
No, but if we're ready for combat, I do have an action.
Sure, yeah.
All right, I'm going to use the Basha's Trailblazers mobile ability to move to the second planet.
Sure. Okay. Anything else prior to our first combat?
No, I think that'll be it for now.
Okay. So, of course, the battle resolves at the first planet. I am ultimately going to end up capturing that. So I will look at the top 3 cards of my deck and choose one to add to my hand. Okay. And then I will go ahead and place the other 2 at the bottom of my deck in the following order. And I've taken care of that. And these 2 return to the HQ. And now there's going to be a battle at the second planet, and you've got initiative since your Warlord is there.
Alright, I'm going to exhaust Cato to attack your stalwart Ogren.
Alright. I think I'm going to have to let that attack through. And he's killed.
And I get a resource for that?
Right. My action, I'll go ahead and attack your trail... Well, actually, I'll go ahead and attack your Daring Assault Squad for 1.
That makes a difference. I think I'm going to let you get away with that.
Okay. Glad I changed targets. And then, and now you've got your combat turn.
Okay. I will attack your guardsman for 1.
And I will take it.
Okay.
And there are no ready units, so everybody's going to ready.
I will choose not to retreat.
Are you sure? This is your last chance.
I am intimidated, but I don't feel like it would be the Space Marine way to run from a fight, so in this case, against immense odds, I will stand my ground.
Okay. Well, I am going to opt to retreat, and I'm going to go ahead and move my guardsman and exhaust him to my HQ.
All right, great. And I think for the battle ability, I will choose to rout your Assault Valkyrie.
Okay, so that's in my HQ, and it's exhausted.
Okay.
All right, so any more actions before the end of combat?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, then, headquarters phase. Any actions before we do all of our drawing and resources?
No.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and do it.
Okay.
It's now our deployment phase. You've got initiative. I have 6 resources, 11 cards. You have 13 resources and 12 cards. It seems like quite the discrepancy. But we'll see how it goes.
Yep. I will spend 1 reduced cost to spend 2 resources to put out Veteran Brother Maxos at the first planet.
Fantastic. That's a great card to see when you've got 11 resources left. I will go ahead and do 2 to do a Straken's Command Squad at Planet 2.
Okay.
And you're up.
Alright, I will spend 1 resource to put out Earthcast Technician at the second planet.
Okay.
I will look at the top 6 cards of my deck. Wouldn't you know it? I have no attachments in my top 6 cards.
It's a tough break, man. I really
know.
feel for you. You're really struggling this game.
I know, it's an uphill battle for me.
And people say the core set AM are weak. Just watch. I'm excited to see the comments. Please feel free to comment below with any, suggestions for how Chris and I suppose particularly me, since you see it from my perspective, how I could have played things differently and maybe won a few rounds earlier than I otherwise would have. In case you missed it, I'm implying I'm going to win, Chris.
It was lost on me.
Alrighty. Well, so my deployment. I think I'll spend another 2 to do another Straken's Command Squad at the second planet.
Alright. I'm going to spend 1 resource to put a Talisarian Tempest Blade onto Cato Sicarius, giving him 3 total attack and Armor Bane.
Sure. Might as well.
Might as well.
I'm gonna go ahead, spend 2 resources for a Catachan outpost. And it's your turn.
Okay. I will spend 1 resource to put a Viorla Marksman out.
Okay. You're making that first planet look like a really appealing place to send my Warlord.
Doesn't it?
And for me, I will pass.
Alright, I will spend 1 more to put out another Marksman at the first planet. And I think I will pass.
Alright, well, that makes both of us. So that is going to bring us to the command phase. So let's go ahead and set our dials.
Okay.
Taking a little bit of a risk maybe here. Actually, let me change my thing.
Sure.
Forgot about all these little tag-alongs in my HQ. Okay, so I believe I'm now ready.
Okay.
Okay, so I commit to Planet 2. And my Mortar Squad, Assault Valkyrie, and Guardsmen follow my Warlord. I'm very pleased you didn't end up dropping an Exterminatus there. Okay, so that is going to mean that you handily win the first planet. So that's 2 resources for you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get 1 card, 1 resource from our second planet. Third planet means 2 cards, 1 resource for you. And the last planet also means you're going to grab 1 resource.
Excellent.
Okay. So, battle at the first planet. You are the victor, uncontested. So feel free to capture Farron.
Alright, and I'm going to use its battle ability to route 1 of your Straken command squads.
Sure. So that's in my HQ exhausted. And now battle at the second planet starts. I'm going to have initiative. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with... I'll have Straken take a swing at your Earthcast Technician.
I will let it go through.
Okay.
I will use Sicarius' Chosen to attack Captain Marcus.
I'll go ahead and discard Straken's Cunning as a shield.
Okay.
So he lives. I'll attack your Sicarius is chosen with him for 2.
I will take it.
And then I'll attack with Straken's command squad for 2.
And I think I will take it.
Okay. And I suppose that's that. I forgot about my little Catachan outpost. I wonder... Well, you've got 9 cards in your hand, but I definitely could have buffed Straken or someone and taken a swing at your chosen. But I did space that. So, anyways, that is going to mean all my units are ready, since there are no ready units. And then we check for the end of combat here, and of course combat is over. So trigger the battle ability of another planet in play is my option. I can move a non-warlord unit, or put a unit into play from the HQ. I'm going to go ahead and...
I would just let you know that I would have no problem with you triggering Yvarn's ability.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move this Straken's command squad to Planet 2.
Okay.
And then that is going to be that. My Warlord returns to the HQ, and all these guys get to chill. Okay, and then no more battles. Any more actions before the end of the combat phase?
No, I am ready to go.
Okay. Well, seeing as how that is that, let's go ahead and move to headquarters. I assume no actions?
No.
Okay, so let's draw cards, draw resources, and now it's going to be the deployment phase. I've got the initiative token, and let me see. So I will pay 1 resource for a Void Pirate at the final planet.
Okay.
And your turn.
I am going to promote my Earthcast Technician.
Awesome. I will go ahead and do 2 resources for another Catachan outpost. And now it's your turn.
I am going to spend 2 resources to put a Vasha Trailblazer at the first planet.
Sure. I get the sneaking suspicion I forgot to create a Guardsman token last turn. But oh well. For my action, I'll spend 1 resource for a copy of Goth Boys at the first planet.
I think that's one of your first orc cards I've seen.
Yeah, they're pretty sparing in this deck.
Okay. I think I'm going to pass.
Okay. And I will go ahead and take advantage of this situation by also passing.
All right.
So that is going to bring us to the command phase. Let's go ahead and set our dials. And I'm ready if you are.
Okay.
All right.
I think there's no... oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, just to kind of disclose some of my thoughts here, is I figured you were going to send all of your units to the third planet, just because that's guaranteed victory for you, and I would be in a rough shape if all of my guys were showing up exhausted. So,
right.
In any case...
all right.
Let's see. You've got 13 resources and 9 cards in hand.
Yes.
Gosh. And you've got veteran brother Maxo sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, but anyway, command phase. So, command struggle at the first planet, you are going to win.
Okay, so
Not
I
the
get...
game, but the command struggle. So that's 1 card, 1 resource for you.
Yep.
Second planet, that's 2 cards, 1 resource for you. Third planet, I get... it looks like I get 1 card, 1 resource. Alright. So, looks like that's pretty much that. Any actions at the end of the command phase?
No.
Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and proceed to combat. Any actions at the beginning of the combat phase?
Yes, I think I'm going to start by taking advantage of Brother Maxos' ability to spend 4 resources to put out a Daring Assault Squad at the first planet.
Okay.
And do you have any combat actions?
I am going to go ahead and spend one resource and do a preemptive barrage, and I will go ahead and pick, let's see, these 3 units to gain ranged
Interesting.
until the end of the phase. And that is that. Any more actions after mine, prior to our battle starting?
No.
Okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and start with the range skirmish. I will have
Okay.
I'll have my Assault Valkyrie attack your Daring Assault Squad.
All right. I will spend 1 to have Indomitable to prevent all that damage.
Okay. And then I'll go ahead and use a Catachan outpost on my Cadian Mortar Squad, and I will attack your Daring Assault Squad.
Okay. I will use Iron Rifle to shield 1 damage from that.
Okay, so it's still going to take 2.
Yep.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and attack with another ranged Straken's Command Squad to your Daring Assault Squad.
Okay.
For 2.
Yeah. Feel like I probably was a little early on playing that, but I will just let it go.
Okay, so that goes through, and then I am going to go ahead and I will have Captain Marcus. I'll use an action to boost his attack up with the Catachan outpost, so he's attacking for 4, and I'll have him target your Warlord.
All right, and I will play another Indomitable.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you very much for making it this far, but at this point the Skype audio has cut out completely. My Amolto call recording software I recently downloaded appears to have failed. At this point in the video, I go ahead and trigger Captain Marcus's ability. I sacrifice my 1 damage token Guardsman in order to try and ready my Cadian Mortar Squad here. So I pick the only eligible target at this planet, which is that Vashia Trailblazer, and now I'm trying to decide which of these targets I want to attack. I ultimately select the enemy Warlord, simply because he's the only ready unit. If at all possible, I would absolutely love to end up getting a bloodying on his Talisarian Tempest Blade having self, just because that 3-attack Armor Bane is ridiculously potent. And of course, seeing as how Chris had an enormous pile of resources in his hand, Veteran Brother Maxos decides to trigger its ability to opportunistically drop a Land Raider into play in order to destroy my Goth boys. And of course, at this point, my hand is completely devoid of shields. I'm not sure if I just got a terrible draw, or if I simply spent my shield cards far too early, but I absorbed that Land Raider hit, and now I'm attacking Chris's Warlord in return. He takes a couple points of damage, bringing him up to a grand total of 5. He's still sitting on initiative, but he triggers Veteran Brother Maxos' ability yet again to put a Tactical Squad Cardenas into play, triggers that area effect ability. Of course, no shield icons whatsoever to save me, means that Captain Marcus dies, all my forces take 1 point of damage, save for my Rockcrete bunker, and now I'm trying to figure out how many of these Elysian assault teams I want to put into play off of Captain Marcus dying. I go ahead and do 1, seeing as how I'm reasonably sure that another soldier or warrior is going to be dying sometime soon. My Cadian Mortar Squad readies because Captain Marcus leaves play, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't take another swing at Cato, just because I have no idea how many shield cards, if any, Chris has left. And it looks like I do end up bloodying Cato. That's not necessarily the most useful thing here, but at least I was able to get rid of him before he's able to swing with Armor Bane. Chris uses yet another action to spend more resources on a second Tactical Squad Cardenas. Its area effect volley triggers, and that's another 1 point of damage to each of my units. So both of my Straken's command squads end up dying, and I ultimately put 2 guardsman tokens into play. So I was presuming that this would be, if not the deciding battle of the game, definitely the decisive battle, so I wanted to make sure to have my Warlord far, far away from here. I didn't want to be bothered spending a combat action to retreat, so I figured it was maybe worth giving up initiative for that. So, now that these guardsman tokens are in play, they of course get to attack, since all other units are exhausted. I destroy that eager recruit, and the second guardsman, I'm trying to figure out how best to spend my attacks here, seeing as how he's got so many area effect attackers. I'm kind of starting to lose hope that I'll be able to destroy them before they can get off their attacks. But my Cadian mortar squad puts another point of damage on that tack squad. We reach the end of the combat round, so all of our units ready. I ask Chris if he would like to retreat, and he passes immediately after I do. So at the moment, a lot of what I've got hinges upon my flying 4/3 Assault Valkyrie, seeing as how it is wounded, but at this point I'm starting to lose hope. I ditched that Elysian Assault team I'd forgotten about. Looks like Chris is doing yet another area effect volley on my units, and for some reason my F1 key was being a little sticky here. So, my forces are slowly but surely dwindling. I decide not to put my Elysian Assault team into play yet, seeing as how his other area effect attacker is sitting there quite ready. I'm able to destroy Chris's tactical squad. I suppose at this point he must be completely out of shield cards, but it's starting to quickly not matter so much. So I suffer yet another attack from that Vashia Trailblazer destroying my guardsmen, and I'm still waiting on dumping my Elysian Assault team into play. I see if my sole remaining guardsman can potentially do some damage. I do consider that tactical squad, but I opt instead for the unexhausted Vashia Trailblazer. I do manage to take that out. Once again, no shield cards means that Chris handily destroys my guardsmen, but I do finally put my assault team onto the table, and it's starting to look very, very bad for yours truly, but I can maybe bring a few more of his units with me. So I dispatch his Viorla Marksman, and then Captain Veteran Brother Maxos, getting my unique names mixed up here, destroys my assault team. So my hand is slowly dwindling, I'm all out of supports to try and help me, and it looks like my Assault Valkyrie just incurred an attack from the Land Raider that's going to ultimately put the final 2 fatal points of damage on it. So, at this point, it looks like Chris has managed to outright obliterate all of my forces. He now has the option of triggering the battle ability at that planet immediately prior to his capturing that planet and proceeding to win the game. So, at this point, he's collected 3 red material icons. He has managed to best me. Unfortunately, our post-game chat and post-game commentary comment about all of our different decks is not saved, seeing as how it was lost along with everything else in this recording. But, as I'm sure you saw, this was a pretty one-sided match. It was a pretty crushing defeat for my deck. I think in hindsight, I'd have definitely tried to include some more command-heavy units. I don't believe I actually included any copies of Rogue Trader or similar such cards, so I did have some Void Pirates, but whether it was the draw, whether it was the deck, whether the Astra Militarum are indeed an underpowered faction in the core, it kind of is what it is, so I'll chalk this one up to a loss. Better luck to me next time. Congrats to Chris for winning, but again, just seeing as how we're both very new players, I'll just ask that you please leave a comment below letting me and Chris know what you think we could have done differently or better, and, as always, Thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Feel free to comment with whatever content you'd like to see next coming out of this channel, because as always, there's much more to come. So, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.